Everything in this video can be found on the public domain with full disclaimers down below.
Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. I wish you lots of love and many blessings. And a huge thank you to everybody who contributed to this video. You can always rely on Thomas to poke his head out there and stir things up when Megan just doesn't seem to be getting the attention that she really wants. He's now talking about going legally after grandparent rights to be involved with Lilibet and Archie. And it's being said also that Harry and Meghan aren't standing for it. They're going to be aggressive, coming back on Mr. Markle. And Mr. Markle allegedly contacted the royal family, asking the Queen for a little backup. He's also going around telling everybody that his grandchildren deserve to be treated like royalty, just like the rest of the Queen's grandchildren. They deserve every perk that goes along with being a part of the royal bloodline. Okay, so we've seen Mr. Markle. I'm willing to bet big money Samantha will be poking her head out next. It seems to go in that order. Mr. Markle and then Samantha. It's like they have to shake it up, make a lot of ruckus. There's just something about these people that just aggravate me anymore. I think they're all a part of it. They're absolutely having their palms greased. They're earning some sort of income for doing what Meghan needs them to do, in my opinion. Anyway, so now this Penguin Random House book deal has absolutely multiplied. It went from 1 book to 4. This 4-book deal makes a whole lot more sense to me than the 1 book for $20 million. I thought, there's no way. What in the world does Harry have to say for a $20 million paycheck? So the plan is to write 2 memoirs. One while the Queen is alive, and he's going to release the next one directly after she passes. All that tells me is no interest really in any of them, but certainly not the first one. I think I'll wait for the one after she passes. Thanks for the heads up, Harry. He's really not that bright, is he? And this right here makes no sense to me at all whatsoever. Meghan plans on writing a book on wellness. That's going to be a part of this 4-book deal. If we're to believe everything that she has said up to now, it really wasn't that long ago that she was having all sorts of horrible thoughts mentally. I find it frightening that if we are to believe her and she truly went through all that mental stuff, what in the world gives her the authority to write on wellness of any kind? No thanks, I'll sit this one out, Meghan. So the Queen figured out a way to get back at Harry and Meghan, and it's working. Harry and Meghan decided they did, after all, want Lilibet to be christened the traditional way in the royal family. And it's being said that they all but demanded the Queen to go ahead and, set it up. And they also requested that she be there. And it was told to me the Queen didn't have an issue with that, but she told them they have to follow protocol. And one of those things is a DNA test, to make sure, of course, that she's in the royal bloodline. That only makes sense to me. And Meghan and Harry had a problem with it, and they said, no, we're not doing that. Testing is just one of the few things that these royal babies have to go through. It's nothing too invasive. Just basic stuff, to be honest. The royal family are all about record keeping. So the christening checkup data just gets transferred to the record books. Now, the Queen said, well, that's okay. We can still christen this child, but she cannot wear the traditional christening gown. All Harry and Meghan had to do was go out and buy one, or have one made. What's the big deal? That didn't sit well with Meghan at all. So now she's decided she is not having her child christened anywhere near the royal family. Instead, they're going to have a tiny christening for Lilibet over there in California, inviting just a handful of celebrities, and of course Doria will be there. And I guess that's supposed to hurt the Queen, I'm not sure. The christening they planned on having over there with the royal family, Meghan and Harry had already requested that his 2 cousins, Beatrice and Eugenie, not be there, along with Zara and Princess Anne. So either way, it was already off to a really rotten start. It all worked out in the Queen's favor in the end. She's on her way for her summer holiday to start over at Balmoral Castle. I don't think she's sweating that christening one bit. I wanted to share with you guys an email really fast that I received. The person starts off saying they're in real estate and they noticed that the house where Meghan and Harry are living went sale pending on November 14th, 2019. That means someone or some entity had it under contract on that date. Yes, way back in November of 2019. It's officially listed as having been removed from MLS in early of June of 2020. Then the closing definitely took place on June 18, 2020. That closing date's confirmed on the Santa Barbara County's Appraisal District website. It usually takes 30 to 60 days to close a normal loan, but when a loan as big as this deal, it might take a little longer, even if the buyer's super rich. The LA Times has stated that the buyer was an LLC set up by Meghan. So if she put it under contract back in November of 2019, around the time they made their last Remembrance Day appearance in the UK, and right when they took their first big trip to Canada, then the royal family may have discovered that their plan was to leave. So when they returned to the UK in January of 2020, they left Archie in Canada. Why would anyone do that with a small child, COVID or not? Then they jointly went to the Canada House in London. The next day, January 8th, 2020, Meghan called the press to be present to photograph her going into the National Theatre meeting. She arrived, all smiles and waving, and then left from the meeting ASAP, clearly showing her hands, and that she was not wearing a wedding ring. A few hours later, Meghan and Harry put on their website/Instagram that they were stepping back. Something happened at that National Theatre meeting that day. Either she was confronted by reps from Buckingham Palace that they knew she was under contract to buy a house in California, maybe with confiscated funds, or where was Archie? Why would you leave that child that you supposedly had in Canada without its mother? Or did they want to do a DNA test on Archie? I'd like to know y'all's opinion. Do you think they busted them, with this house under contract? Or was it more about Archie? What mother would leave their little baby behind? Not many. Or just even maybe seeing if she could produce an actual child. Was she told at the National Theatre that she and Harry were out? Was she told that she and Harry had to come clean about using a surrogate or get out? That meeting was super quick at the National Theatre, and she left too mad when she arrived happy. I sure hope you're having a good day today, and I appreciate you being here with me. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all stay safe and be blessed.